picture. He's a psycho, basically, like Roman Empire villain. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Benita and I'm so happy to have you joining me today. Welcome to a new video, and in this we're doing another reading vlog today, and we're going to be reading a book series. We're going to be reading the Once Upon a Broken Heart series. I think you guys saw me buy this book a couple of weeks ago and I've decided to read it. I'm going to be very busy this week, so I don't think I'll be able to read this every single day because I'm going to have a lot and I'm going away this weekend. So I do have the physical copy of the first and last book, but the second book I have on my keyboard. I actually have the entire series on my keyboard as well. But yeah, so I will be starting this today, going into this book completely blind like I normally do. I do know it's a fairy tale retelling that follows Evelyn Fox and Jack, the Prince of Heart. This is a YA fantasy book, which I think that's what I'm comfortable reading at the moment, or new adult fantasy book, because they're easy for me to digest and all the word building are not too complicated for me to get into because I'm still pretty new to fantasy. I've had a lot of good things about this book, literally all the reviews I've seen online and people talking about this, people have had really good things to say about this book, so I'm excited to read it. I know it's a spin-off from her other series. I think it's called the Cavalry series. It's 3 books in that series: Cavalry, Legendary, and Finale, I think it's called. I haven't read that, but I don't think you need to read those to be able to read this. So it looks like Evelyn Fox is trying to save true love or something. She went to Jack, the Prince of Heart, to help her. She made a deal with him or grant her wish or something like that. Anyway, I don't know. So I'm really excited to read this, and I'm going to take you guys along with me. Like I normally do with all my reading vlogs, I'm going to check in as much as I can. Anyway, so yeah, we're going to be starting this today. Let's go. Guys, so I just want to do a quick check-in with you guys because I will be finishing this book today. So I'm at the point now where Evelyn has found Jax, who is her ex-fiance or whatever, no, ex-boyfriend. She's found him and now he's turned into a vampire or something, and he's just told her that her stepsister put a curse on him and stuff. But I just find in the fact that Evelyn is very, very naive, and she's going to part now. She's a little, starts to irritate me a little bit. I know she's only 17 and I should keep that in mind. But at one point, common sense needs to enter the picture. And I just feel like I don't want to psychoanalyze the character, but maybe it's because she doesn't have any family, or all the family that she has, her mom and dad are dead. Her stepmom is evil, and her stepsister is pretending to be nice. She doesn't want to believe that her stepsister is evil. I don't trust that girl. I don't trust her stepsister Marisol, that's what she's called. Also, that she just seen her ex-boyfriend and said to her she put a curse on him. And Jack, I know Jack is not to be trusted and stuff like that, but even though Jack is cunning and not straightforward, I still feel like he's still honest with her. Even Lala, a new friend, I know they're all new friends and stuff. Something dodgy about her sister, and I hope she wakes up soon enough because I am really enjoying this book. I hope I have more time within this couple of days, so I just want to do a quick check because I don't think I've checked in the entire time I've been reading this book. I do like Evelyn as a character, and I love Jack. I just love, he's very cunning, and I think this book is supposed to be a romantasy, so there is flirting and banter and things like that, but I have a feeling maybe Jack would be her love interest. I don't know, that would be really cute, they are, but I just feel like she needs to wisen up a little bit. I feel like now that Apollo is dead, and she's been held as the main suspect for his death, maybe she'll wake up a little bit. For about 8 more chapters of this book, which I'll probably finish today, and I'll come back and give you guys my full review of this book and my thoughts and everything. We're going to be discussing this in detail when I'm done with it. I want to have a touch point here because I had this theory about a stepsister being evil, and she just not waking up. All the things that happened to her, all the bad things that happened to her. I know she went to Jack's for him to kind of help her to stop the marriage and stuff like that, but I feel like a stepsister is the catalyst of all these issues that's happening. Everything that's happened in this book, I think a stepsister is the evil one, Marisol. So I wanted to come in here and talk and tell you guys this is what I think, and then hopefully when I read the last couple of chapters I might be proven right or I might be proven wrong. We'll find out. Because I'm like, what else could it be? We already know our stepmom is evil, so we know that. But like, what else could it be? We know Jack is cunning. Lala has no Lala came in like when she moved to the north. Lala can't factor in. What could it be? Maybe a dad. My parents are dead, so I'm like the only person that I can see that has any kind of skin in this game is a stepsister. So who else could it be? Except maybe she has some magical power, and I just don't want her to get to her full potential. Maybe she has powers or something. I don't know. But she's a human, so humans are not. They don't have powers or curses or whatever with them. I don't know. Hi guys, I'm home now from work and I wanted to come in and give you guys my review of Once Upon a Broken Heart. I just finished it and I'm about to start the next book in the series, The Ballad of Never After. That's my next book. So I just finished this book and I haven't actually rated it yet because I'm just still thinking about like what rating to give this book. So, and I think since I've sat down, I haven't really given you like a proper, I think I spoke to you guys this morning just to have a little check-in, but I've not really spoken about this book. So YA fantasy fairy tale retelling, and if I think it follows like the Prince of Heart, which I thought it was a Queen of Heart, but I'm not really familiar with like the Alice in Wonderland kind of things. This book follows Evelyn Fox. She is 17 years old. So I have to like look up her age just to know, because it's one of the things she was doing. I was thinking like she cannot be this naive. I noticed the fairy tale retelling, and in fairy tales all the girls are like ditzy and they're just like so clueless and so naive and so like everything's rainbows and butterfly. I know that, but I just had to check. But I researched she's actually 17. This was really young, which explains some of the things she did. So Evelyn was dating a guy called Luke. They were like, I don't know if they were getting married. I think they were really serious, like really like in love with each other. And then one day Luke just stopped speaking to her and is now marrying her stepsister. And she's like, oh, so heartbroken, and she was like, she has to like find a way to stop their wedding. So she made a deal with the Prince of Heart that if he stops the wedding, she promises him 3 kisses, and the Prince of Heart, or anyone that kisses him, I think they die. So she made a deal. The thing about it is that even though she made a deal with him, she didn't get all the fine print of the deal, so everything kind of backfired. So that's kind of the premise of this book, right? So she spent the entire time like fulfilling outside of the deal, and you know Jack wants to do some dodgy-ish things and stuff, and every single time that he does something for her, like the side effect of what she's asked for, she doesn't get the full detail. So it's like that it would tell her like it would do something for her, but then when he does it, most of the time it backfires on her. So she's just like a bit weird about the whole thing. I really enjoyed this book. It is quite an FT book. I feel like, I guess it makes sense because there was a lot of like word building in a way to understand like the logic of like all the curses and the spells and people's powers. I guess there's so many different characters and different characters' powers and the prophecy and things like that. It makes sense why this book was quite lengthy to understand all the aspect of it. I just think she was very naive, and she was just like, I don't know if it's naivety or just like stupid in a way, because I just feel like some of the things I'm like, grow up, but it makes sense that she's 17. I guess it makes sense, and again it's a book and it's a fairy tale book, so don't take it seriously, but it's a book. So I think there was some part towards the end where I was just like, your stepsister is a witch, like she's a bitch, you can't trust everything she says, like not everyone has best intention. And the fact that she's gone through so much. So basically her dad, a story is kind of like Cinderella vibe, her mom died and then her dad remarried her stepmom. Her stepmom was basically evil, and then her dad died, and then she inherited obviously her dad's business or whatever, but she has an evil stepmom, and then her stepsister's kind of a grey aspect as well. So she's been through like some hardship, so she shouldn't be as naive as she is, but she still really is. I enjoyed this book. It's quite nice. I think I'm going to rate it a like 3.5 stars. I think like maybe 3.75 star, because it wasn't a 5-star read and it wasn't a 4-star read, but it wasn't a 3-star read either, because I feel like it was good, and the way it ended, I loved the way it ended, because then she came to her senses. She kind of figured out like her sister is not what she thinks she is. Like, she has so many signs and wonder people telling her about her sister. She finally woke up. I think I spoke to you guys this morning. I said that I was a bit iffy about the sister. There was just something off about her. I was proven correctly, so I'm happy to be proven right. So her eyes are finally open to what her sister Marisol is about. She finally found out what happened to Apollo, and then she found out like Jack's true colors. She found out a lot more about the prophecy and things like that. So I feel like she's a lot sharper now. So I'm hoping like in this next book, her eyes is finally open and she will start making some smart decisions and stuff. So it wasn't like really a cliffhanger ish, but so I feel like with this, I don't know, I just feel like this is a fantasy in a way that it's not like dragons and witches and like werewolves and that kind of drag. It's more like of a fairy tale fantasy, like a cartoony fairy tale fantasy. It is an easy read, even though it took me like 3 days to read this, and it's because I was busy and had a lot of things going on. But today's Thursday, but it's basically Friday for me, so I'm off tomorrow because I'm going away for the weekend, so I probably have more time to read a bit more. So I actually have to read book 2 and book 3, which I'm hoping I can read over the next couple of days. The Ballad of Never After, according to my Kibo, it's, how many pages are we dealing with here? Whoa, 270 pages. This is a lot smaller because this was over 400 pages. So again, now that I know the story a lot more, I can understand the map, which is so cute. Like them, I think I can understand where the places are now. Interesting. And also, wait, okay, I need to make the text smaller because the text is a bit too big for me. I don't like that. So let's go on to the next book. Luke is back. So basically, the entire first book, Once Upon a Broken Heart, she was obsessed with her first love, Luke, and that's kind of why she made a deal with Jax. Because of the deal she made with Jax, she had to marry Apollo, who is like the next in line to be the king or whatever. She married him, then Apollo fell into a curse, and then his little brother took the throne, and her sister again cursed the younger brother with the love potion so he can marry her so she can be the queen. And then basically her sister's just piece of work. So Luke, even though you put a love curse on someone, even though they love you, they like basically obsessed with you, but there is a side effect, the consequence to that love, that I think every time they try to get married, something bad would happen to him or something like that. Anyway, Luke went on and was bitten by a vampire, so now he's a vampire. But Apollo is still alive. He's not really dead because it's in like this weird like sleeping curse or whatever. But now the new king that's going to replace Apollo and his brother has just arrived at the palace, and it turns out it's Luke. That means Luke is related to Apollo in a way, which means everything is connected in a way. Nothing is what you think it is. This book is just like unreal. Like, it's just so good. Oh my god, I just realized that Jack's hair was blue, now it's rose gold, like emeralds. Is that a clue? Is that a clue? Is that a clue, guys? Is that a clue? Marisol's a bitch. Marisol is a bitch. Let her go. Let her go to her death. Let her go. Morning, guys. So it's Friday. I'm off today. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning. I have been reading for like an hour or so, and I started Ballad of Never After yesterday. I'm about 38% way into this book now, and it's going really well. It started off really strong. It picked up from exactly where the last book ended, which I always love. You guys know I always love when that happens. And I feel like now, when I went in there and thinking that Evelyn has finally wised up, She can see her sister for who her sister is. She knows that Jack is cunning and she has to like be a lot smarter, a little bit more streetwise, I guess. So she's got that and everything's going. So now she's like on a mission to open the Valley of Archer or something like that. Basically, she's the key to a curse that's happened to the country where she is for a long time. That's her power. Her power is the key. So she's on a mission now to open it because she's heard like so many stories growing up from my parents telling about like all these stories, things that she thinks were stories. They're actually like prophecies and actually like the history of her country. So now she's on a mission to break it. But I feel like there must be a curse, and I think there is a curse where people forget. So basically, some people don't want that arch. Some people want to kill her because they don't want the arch that she's the key of to be opened. People that are like against her opening up this arch thing, they have put a curse on the entire country to forget the stories. So basically now they all think that the stories that basically are their history and things have actually happened are like fairy tales, are like, you know, mythical, like they're just like made up and things like that. So no one, well, but I think Jack knows. But I feel like Jack knows exactly what's happening, and Chaos, who is the vampire, they know what's happening, but no one's actually told her what's going. Like no one's giving her the full story because I don't think they trust each other. So it's a bit of a mess. But she still has her annoying moments. Like even though she's like trying to wisen up, there was a scene where I think Apollo came, because Apollo's basically her husband. He's cursed now. He's not dead. He's cursed, and he came to her, and then she just like is about to kill you, and she's not listening. What should I do? What are you doing here? Wait, why are you doing that? What's this? Like she's just like, oh my god, move and run, like run away. This guy's obviously like, she just can't understand the sense of danger. She don't know if naivety or just like stupidity or just like thinking that she can save him. I don't know what it is, but those kind of things really annoy me. So I'm like, oh, she needs to like, she wasn't, but she just basically Evangeline is a little bit annoying. Because there's moments where she's just like she's pissed me off and stuff, and then she recovers. But anyway, I'm loving Jack. Jack is growing on me. Like he's been growing on me from the first book, but now he's even growing on me more. And then you can tell that she's so attracted to him. She has a moment, and he knows that she's attracted to him. It's just like this all like, ooh, this like tension between them, like whatever. So I'm really excited to see how this goes. But going to like, this is my second cup of coffee, guys, and it's 9 o'clock. When I have my coffee, maybe for another like hour, and then start getting ready for the day. I am going away for 2 nights, guys, and I have packed. I'm looking at my suitcase right now. I've got 3 books out that I want to read. Obviously, one of them is the 3rd book, which I have to read, which I'm reading next. And then I've got Yellow Face, and I've also got The Butterfly in the Frost. Is like a tiny little novella by Silver Day, and I've wanted to read that book so much, and I think it's perfect now because it's colder and there's frost in the title, so I'm assuming like it's like something to do with frost or cold or whatever. So I'll probably read that actually because it's just like a tiny novella. But yeah. It's got me on edge. Who can she trust? I know that she's lost a memory. Everyone's fucking, like, everyone's dangerous. Fuck me. Like, I'm on edge. Who can she trust? Can she trust anyone? No, she can't. Everyone's fucking dodgy. And Evangeline girl. She is a fucking walking disaster. She's a nightmare. Like she is just so prone to danger. Like, oh my god, it's just you. Fuck me. the last couple of chapters, like the last 20-25 chapters of this book was sensational. Like, this is my favorite book in the entire series, this one, because it was just so much action, so much suspense. Oh, I love this so much. Okay, I'm going to bed now because I am going to work tomorrow morning. I'll give you guys my review of this book and the entire series. So good night. Hi guys, so it's not the morning, and last night, guys, I finished A Course of True Love, and I just realized that I did never give you guys a review of Ballad Never After as well. I'm going to review both of the books, which is perfect. So we'll start off with Ballad Never After. I rated that book a 4-star because I really enjoyed it. I feel like the first book, Once Upon a Broken Heart, was really long. It was the longest book out of all the books for me anyway, and I feel like I understood it a little bit more because it was like setting up the world building and things like that. But I kind of found Evangeline. I found Ava. Let's call her Ava. I found her quite annoying in the first book because she was, I think she was so naive and she was so trusting, and she was making some decisions. I was like, oh my god, wake up already. And then in Ballad Never After, it was really nice because I think that end, there was a cliffhanger in Ballad Never After. That's when she kind of, at the start of, she just realized that her sister was an evil bitch. She woke up to that. She realized what Jack was. She kind of wised up a little bit, which I really enjoyed, and we got a lot more of a dynamic between her and Jack. They spent a lot of time together. She still had a ditzy moment, but I just think she's just one of those girls that just like always sees the best in people, so she's always going to like hope for the best, that kind of a thing. But the second, like the last couple of chapters of that book was the best part, because we finally, because obviously the entire time of Ballad, she was hunting, she was like on a quest to find the 4 gemstones because they wanted to open the archer thing, and she found it, but we never understood like how she needed to do it, because she was just finding them but she didn't even know why, because she was doing it for Jack, and then Jack's had his own agenda for the stones, and Castor the vampire also had an agenda for the stones and everything like that. But at the end, when, spoiler alert guys, I'm about to spoiler here sorry, part that where she finally opened the badge thing and chaos went in, the vampire went in to save his entire family because they were like literally like locked in that tomb forever. He attacked her, and the cliffhanger at the end of Ballad Never After, I screamed because I was like, oh my god, Apollo, like wow, you are evil. Like I had an inkling that Apollo was a bit off, to be fair, because I just knew that, because the entire time of the book, like it was a prince, but all he did was, it was very vain. All he did was like pose for pictures and stuff like that. So I never really held him at high caliber. He was quite self-centered and selfish. So, but I thought after the curse was broken, it would just like the love spell would break as well, but that didn't break, and it just like wiped our entire memory. I was like, oh my god, what the hell? So the ending of Ballad Never After was just like, whoa. For me, like, oh my god, where do we go from here? Like literally she's forgotten everything, she's literally lost her entire memory and things like that. So I was just like, oh my god. Then I started this yesterday morning, guys. Well, no, yeah, yes, I think I started this yesterday morning. I got back from work and I kept thinking about it, and I binged it. I finished this last night, guys. I literally binged this entire book in one day. That's how much I loved it. This is my favorite book in the entire series. I gave it a 5-star. This book was perfectly paced. It started off not even slow. It didn't start slow. It started with a bang, exactly where the last book ended off. But there wasn't a lot of Jack. For the first 10 chapters we didn't see Jack, which was like, oh my god, where's Jack and everything. But we saw a lot of Apollo. I love this because we got like loads of people. We got Jack's POV, Apollo's POV, and Evelyn's POV, like we always did, and it was more action packed. I feel like it was just this book left me in suspense. I didn't know what was gonna happen. Like, oh my god, like Apollo is the villain the entire time. Like, no, not really. Apollo is the villain, but the biggest villain of all is Aurora. Like, Jesus Christ, Psycho X or what? Like, she is definition of a woman's scorn. Is she even like a woman's scorn? Like, she is a psycho basically. Like, Aurora was the villain the entire time, because I was thinking about it. Like, literally she started the domino effect. Yes, because she fancied Jack, but Jack didn't fancy her, so she, like the kissing curse, she put that on him because he didn't love her. Everything that happened in this book, everything, all the curses, everything was a domino effect of what she did. Like, she is the Roman Empire villain for this book. Like, I loved it. I didn't see that coming. So I really enjoyed this book. Like 5-star. Like, it was just so action packed. And then I loved the way it ended. Like, Jack and Evelyn got together and end, which was like, yes, like I was open for that, and that happened. So I'm so happy. I'm kind of upset I didn't read this a lot sooner, but I'm happy I read it now. I really enjoyed this entire series. Like, I feel like I give the entire series a 4.5 stars, and I feel like I'll definitely be reading them again. Like, I probably will read the last book more. I probably won't read the first book as much, but I feel like there might be another spin-off. So this book is a spin-off from my first series, which everyone said these books were better. So maybe I'll read this Carnival series. That is it, Carnival? Is it Carnival series or Carnival series? Whatever that series is called. I'll probably read that, but maybe not anytime soon. At the end of this book, it was like there's more juicy stories that's happening. Let me just find it at the end. Other stories are brewing in the Magnificent North. So I have a feeling maybe she was going to write another book in this universe. Who would I love to read about? I would love to know Lala's story. Like, Lala's story would be amazing. Her and a dragon. I would love to. So I hope she does like a book about Dane and Lala. That would be really nice. But yeah. So guys, that is the end of this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. I say this all the time, but I hope you guys have enjoyed watching me read this book. I really love doing reading vlogs for you guys, but this was a fun one to do. If you read this book, I would love to know any thoughts you have of this book. Like, if you agree with me on like how things went off and stuff like that. Like, I would love to know your thoughts on this book as well. Like, please do comment below. And if you made it this far, thank you guys so much for watching to the end, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys